Guess where we are? On location at Arizona Pro Physiques.
Gilbert, Arizona.
Wow. Whitney Jones in the flesh, IFBB Pro. We're so stoked to be here. Thank you for taking time to do an interview with us.
Of course.
Thank you for having us
Whitney
out.
Jones,
Appreciate
I'm
it.
going to say it, I'll probably say it a couple times during the interview, but arguably one of the best physiques in the business. Sorry, she's like, don't say that during the interview. But surely one of the best physiques.
Well, thank you.
We're both huge fans. You got your pro card in 2011 at
Team U.
Team Universe. I did do my homework, but I missed
Oh,
that one.
sure you did.
Oh, he has a list.
So tell me, I mean, you've been competing for years in
Yes.
fitness, and obviously your goal was to get your pro card, and you had a lot of things, leading up to that, but
Yes.
and a long journey. But how did it feel to actually attain that goal? I know you're a goal setter, but how did that feel?
I was actually shocked. I am the hardest person to ever please, so it's like I did not feel like my performance was good. Totally was prepared to just place last. And so when they were calling it out and it was like, oh, 5th, 4th, I'm like, you gotta be kidding, there's gotta be a mistake.
Yeah.
When they finally announced it, I mean, in Hils, I straight up jumped, and midair was like, ooh, probably a bad decision. But it was just the reaction. I mean, I was thrilled. I was just already planning next year, and crap, I gotta get another year to work. So I was pleasantly surprised, to say.
How many shows had you done to that point to get?
In fitness, only 2.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did one qualifying, and then I did junior nats, where I got 2nd,
Yep.
and then went to Team U.
So you were doing figure for years then?
I just did figure. I did one national figure show, one amateur show, and then I saw the fitness girls, and I was like, whoa, they look like they're having way more
Well,
fun.
where
Little
does that
harder.
background come
Yeah, are
from?
you a gymnast in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up doing cheerleading, gymnastics, dance, so
She's
that's
a
my
cheerleader,
background.
too.
Well, and it seems
Yes,
like
rah, rah.
your guys is, that fitness, you have to kind of have that background
Yeah.
in it because there's flips and there's tumbling and
Yeah.
so there's a lot. It's involved a lot more, which leads me to say, what's going on with your division? Where do you
Yeah,
think
it
it's
seems like
happening?
it's kind of a dying thing.
Yeah, they have said that.
Iron Brothers.
And yes, you guys think
Yes.
like here, but they do say that it has been kind of going down. We've been working really, really hard at the pro level to bring in a lot more amateur girls, working with promoters to bring shows. And so as of next year, there's even more shows
Oh, good.
on the list so far. So that's a huge thing for
Well,
us.
it's interesting to me because when you go to a bodybuilding competition, you have a lot going on. Now you have men's physique, you have women's
there's a
physique,
lot.
but the highlight for the show usually starts off with women's physique, and it's a huge show. It's a big performance. So I'm kind of confused why it's a dying thing because it's the most exciting part of the bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Why
I mean,
is that?
I'm biased. Of course, I think
Yeah.
it's the most exciting part, but a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I know just from personal experience and obviously working with a lot of girls who get into fitness, it's hard. There are injuries, and so a lot of people will have that ambition to compete in fitness, but then they get injured and they just go to figure.
Right.
It does require a lot of time, dedication, tumbling practice, choreography practice, flexibility training, on top of your dieting, your cardio, your
That is-
workouts.
right. I mean,
So-
talk about more rigorous. I mean, you got to not only, like as a bodybuilder, we have to worry about a bodybuilding routine, whereas in a figure, well, you have your mandatories, but in a
Yeah.
fitness routine, not only a dance routine,
kinds of-
but flips and
Yeah.
and I'm not going to talk about your pro debut. I want to rewind it a little bit and get back to what got you into this in the first place.
Just goals. I used to, literally for years, I did triathlons and marathons, and that was fun, but it takes a toll on the body, and it was just kind of like, okay, I've done that, what's next? So I learned about this industry and was like, oh, I want to try it just for a new challenge. And of course, to learn about your body, what your body goes through in regards to the prepping process.
Fascinating.
It is. And to think, wow, how far can I take my body with the work that you put in? And it was just such an interesting experience that I was hooked. First show, I was hooked.
Yeah. So I know Damien Segovia is your head trainer and your
Yes.
head nutritionist. Is he the one that does your whole contest prep for you, or are you
Yeah.
pretty much doing it on your own?
No, he does everything.
He does it
I mean,
all.
he does all my workouts, all nutrition.
That makes it easier, doesn't it, to have a
It
sports
does,
that have a
yeah.
coach just to, hey, do this, do that. I know Mike, you're a firm believer in that.
And I've done it both ways. I just think that as you go up to the higher levels, I
Yeah.
think it's almost imperative that you have to have somebody right there with
100%
you.
agree.
And how many AZ Pro Physiques, in case you don't know who AZ Pro Physiques is, you're
Must be a rock.
living under a rock. Probably the most prestigious, maybe even in the country. I mean, you guys are turning out pros left and right. How many pros have you turned out of here in the last couple of years?
Gosh, That's a good question.
Let
I
me think
think-
about that and count.
I know. Well, right now we've got over 30 pros that we're working with. So under the AZ Pro team and Damien, and it's continuing to grow.
And how many trainers do you have here?
At AZ Pro, the train is 18 full-time trainers.
Wow.
So
and we talked a little bit about the show, about your business before the show. And my question to you was, well, hey, I want you to train me.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of traveling. You're the big IFBB pro. You're the champ. You're not always going to be here for me. So what happens when you're gone?
We have a crazy, incredible staff. Everyone here works as a team.
They're crazy,
Crazy and incredible.
And they film,
go
too.
together so well.
and they film.
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Best NPC judge ever right here.
So many multiple hats we wear here. But everyone kind of steps in. There's certain trainers, depending on the clientele, like what their goals are. With 18 full-time trainers, we have several that are specialists in certain areas. So depending on what the client's goal is, I would pull in a trainer who can step in and fill in on those days. But otherwise, I mean, we work so well as a team, and it's never been an issue because everyone gets to know the whole staff here, all our clients, and
Sure.
we just work so well as a team. We've been
Well,
so
being like
fortunate.
it's a smaller gym atmosphere. I mean, do you guys have a little bit more of a family bond amongst you
Absolutely.
guys?
Yeah.
So to say, if you go to one of the bigger corporate gyms that are out there or something.
Yeah, and most of us have worked at the corporate gyms
Sure.
too. Studios are totally different. It's more intimate environment for clients. And then for our staff, I mean, we are all friends. We hang out outside in the
Right.
studio, which is crazy because we're here every day.
Don't you sick of each other?
No, you think,
Yeah.
but hey, we must really like each
Well,
other.
you guys, your grand opening was 2010 here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and I've seen, AZ Pro Physiques, a lot of girls in the shows, and I've seen the progression, and I've
Yeah.
seen the posing get better and better from you guys. I don't know
Absolutely,
what was
yeah.
going on before and what's going on now, but it seems like your athletes look more polished now than they ever have.
We put a lot of work into our prep team. We take it very seriously. And with our prep girls, when it comes close to their show, about 8 weeks out, we have prep practice every Saturday. Posing practice every Saturday. And that time in front of all of their trainers, because we have a prep team, Damien heads up, but then we have several staff who also do all the prep training. And so with that one-on-one attention, it helps significantly.
Absolutely.
Posing is crucial.
Yeah.
So it's been a big part of it to help these girls who put all this hard work into getting to the stage. Everything needs to be right, and we want to do our part to really help them.
Do you guys offer that? Sorry, do you guys offer that to other athletes that are not part of your gym that are
Yeah,
training here,
we
but they
have.
can come in on that posing practice?
Yeah, we have. I mean, it's always tough because we never want to feel like we're stepping on other
Right.
trainers' toes.
Right.
Yeah.
But people do. A lot of times we get it for girls who are prepping on their own.
Sure.
They don't have any guidance.
Well, we just see the clinic
So-
thing happening a lot, and so I didn't know if that was the kind of basis that you guys have, or is it's just specifically set up for your guys' clients?
It's not just ours, but we just always want to walk that fine line
Sure.
of making sure we're not trying to step on anyone else's
Sure, and a
toes.
big part of your business is online training too.
Yes.
So it's not just coming down to the facility here. If you live in New York, you can train with AZ Pro Physiques.
Yeah, we love
And
it.
and you see if you come to the local shows here or across the United States, you see mostly women from AZ Pro Physiques. Do you train any men?
We
That
do,
are-
men's physique.
Men's physique,
Not me
okay.
personally, but
Right.
our male trainers do train our men's
do.
physique.
Okay. And any
Yeah.
pros train out yet?
Not yet,
Not
so
yet.
hopefully next year or two, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a few in the works, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Whitney, I did a little research on you. I was
Uh-oh.
trying
Like this much.
just
Yeah,
this much.
it's just this much.
I watched a few
2 days working in his
videos, some
office.
training videos. I did, don't get me started. But I was really inspired by your 5 rules of success that I read. So would you share that with everybody? Because that inspired me. I'm sure it'll inspire others.
Sure, I mean, there's several that there's quotes and stuff that I always try to live by. There's so many things that motivate me personally. If it's a down day, it's sometimes you need that from other sources. So one of those is like the choice, chance, and change. You have the choice to take the chance to make the change. And if anything is going tough in your life, you have to take control of it. You have to use your inner ambition to really drive and get what you want. Other things, I'm trying to think of the 5 off the top of my head. I know.
Setting goals.
Yes, it's obviously you've got to set your goals. You've got to stay focused on it, whether it's making a vision board, which a lot of our clients do. For me, I just kind of did it on my phone. That's what I'm looking at every day. If you've ever seen me, I'm always plugged into my phone. But that type of stuff, what is it that motivates you? What is it? Is it pictures of people who inspire you? You've got to set your goals, have them visually in front of you every single day so that you can stay focused on it and
What's
push.
on my mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's my next show. It's the
Exactly.
tags for my next show. You know,
Yeah.
every single day I walk in there, I look at it, and that, just like what you're saying, to visualize that and to see that every time I walk by that, it's in my head, you know, and I already know what I'm saying when I get an opportunity. You know, it's there. So I think the visualization thing is just awesome.
It's huge.
Yeah, and when you're, obviously, you have to find that fire inside to kind of re-spark and regenerate, recharge your batteries.
Absolutely.
There's times where you just don't want to do it. So
Yeah.
what, besides the crazy music that you listen to,
Yeah.
what brings you out of that where you're kind of like, oh, I just don't want to do it today? What gets you inspired to actually come in and kick ass? Because I know that that's what you do.
For me personally, I look at what I've overcome. I've just had lots of little obstacles, some that were just kind of life obstacles, others that are like health issues. And you have to focus on how far you've come to really focus on where you want to go. And on days that you're low or you're having a hard time, reach out to those. Reach out to your family, your friends, your workout partners, your trainer, because you've got to have those people surround you to go, okay, look, no, we can do this, motivate you and keep you focused.
Remind you that you do this because it's fun.
Exactly.
No one's
Oh my
forcing you
gosh.
to do it.
100%.
Right.
Yes.
Those are your words.
Yes, it's
So-
true though. It is true. Because there's days that I'm in here, this is where I practice my routine, and I'm just hour after hour, and I change all my own, I do my own choreography. So I'm the worst critic, and I'm like, I hate that. And it's like, wait, why am I doing this? I love it.
Guys, check out
So-
Whitney Jones. I saw her at the Europa in the flesh for the first time.
Yeah.
Could not believe my eyes. If you get a chance, YouTube Whitney Jones. She's got a ton of workout videos. But her routine, I mean, your routine was awesome.
It was awesome.
Fourth
Yes.
place at the Europa. Could
Yeah.
have done better, but I mean, you were
Yes,
happy with
absolutely.
that.
I
But
was.
rewind again to the pro
Yeah.
debut. What, you're 10 days out from the show. You're at the doctor. You have all kinds of issues. You got shoulder injury. You got a heart problem. And they said, you know what, you can do the show. 10 days out, she
This was
decides.
a pro debut, though?
This is
Yeah.
a pro debut.
No,
in
in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So she decides 10 days out, okay, I'm going to do the show. Hasn't done any choreography. So tell us about how you did that
Yeah.
in 10 days and how you did the show.
It was kind of a rough venture. I wasn't planning to compete at that time. I'd been having major heart issues, going through so many different tests. And the end result was we're going to have to do surgery and you may end up with a pacemaker when you wake up. I had not yet done my pro debut, so it was like, well, what am I going to do? What if I can't ever compete? I just want that opportunity to step on stage.
Yeah.
I truly didn't care how I placed, how I looked. I wanted to take advantage of an opportunity that I didn't think I'd ever have, you know, and that many people reach for years and years to achieve. So the doctor said, okay, they let me, you know, they said, obviously you've got to be careful, all that good stuff. So driving home, I called Damien and was like, I'm gonna do the show, I think let's do this. And he's like, okay. So he said, let's prep you and diet you in 10 days. And actually it was 7 because we had to fly there.
Yeah, right.
Got a costume, did my whole routine, everything, jumped in the show. And it was, I mean, I think I placed 7th. Winged it because I did not have the choreography down, but I thoroughly loved it. It was the pro debut.
Right,
It was a pro
It's the fact that
stage.
you got to
And you did,
How
you
did
did
you-
pretty good.
yeah.
You did 7th. You got 7th.
It was amazing.
And then your next show was the Europa, right?
No,
Or
then
did
I had heart surgery that Tuesday. I
You
flew
did?
home.
Okay.
Yes. It didn't go as planned. I didn't wake up with a pacemaker, which was nice,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it kind of didn't go well.
Aw.
And so I said, can I do one more show?
Aw.
And the doctor said yes. So I jumped in Toronto. And I was really not feeling good at that show, but still, again, just tried to do the best I could. And then I took some time off
Okay.
to really try to let my heart heal. And it's still iffy.
Well, we were talking at the Western Regional,
Mm-hmm.
and you told us what happened at the Europa. I don't think it was on camera, but
Yeah.
you blacked out and forgot where you were. And
It
talk
happens.
talk
I mean-
about that for a minute. I mean,
And on
that's something
stage.
that
Yeah.
on stage, and it's something that it happens to you periodically, just at any time.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, and you know, hopefully it'll be when we're hanging out, you forget everything
Yeah.
you said. But tell people about that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, with my heart issues, when my blood pressure, I have really, really low heart rate, really low blood pressure. What they have kind of diagnosed me with is a hybrid form of tachybrady syndrome. So my heart rate will spike up, drop low, and when it drops low, that's where I
Blackout.
lose blackout vision. But I still function, unless it gets really bad.
Yeah.
So even, it's not exercise induced, so my doctors actually have encouraged me to stay physically fit. They say it's okay. They actually say it's what's helping keep my heart healthy.
Right.
So I've been okay. Like a lot of people say, oh my gosh, you shouldn't be doing this. I'm cleared to do it, I promise. My doctors know what I do for a living.
Yeah, you wouldn't be doing it if,
Yes,
if your life was in danger, right?
Yeah, you think of figure and you think of especially, fitness and, it's a glamour thing. I mean, she's got a beautiful body, gorgeous girl. But the girl has grit. I mean, she's working through a lot of adversity, obviously with her heart, her shoulder, AC separation. There's all these nagging injuries. I mean, I'm surprised that you might as well just be a bodybuilder. I mean, I can't believe that you're fighting through all this and still coming out on top every time. So congratulations.
It's just part of the journey and trying to enjoy the experience and rolling with the punches. I mean, this stuff with blacking out happens when I'm like at home.
But no one would have known it that
you
Europa that she blacked out. She went through her routine. I didn't know.
I mean, it happens all the time. I know my routine well enough that I just improvise. Sadly, I didn't feel well, so my personality wasn't there, and that's what I don't like about it. But it's okay. I mean, it's random to say that, but it's part of it. The thing is, I don't do diuretics. I don't pull water. I don't do any of that stuff because of my heart issues.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm fortunate in that aspect. I eat tons of food. I just have these heart issues. So, that's the biggest thing that I'm like, okay, well, I get to do all these other things. I don't do cardio. I mean, I'm very fortunate. No, the only cardio I do is when I'm prepping is my routines.
Right.
I know.
I mean, it is cardio.
I used to like Whitney Jones. Now I hate her.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. My clients are like, what? But it is. It's like you have the good and the bad. And for me, the amount of food I eat and the fact that I don't have to do the cardio and stuff, that makes up for, I got to deal with some of these heart issues.
What I think is really cool about your operation here is that, you come here, your clients are coming here to get inspired, and you're like the top of the food chain here. They come in, Whitney Jones, so I want to look like that. So that's kind of cool to go to a gym.
Even beyond that, obviously the physical side of you stands out here in being a pro. But as I sit here, I don't know a whole lot about you, but what stands out the most to me is you're overcoming all these other things in life, and your attitude is still good, and you're doing exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
100%.
You know what I mean? That's like a blessing in disguise. So I commend you for it. I mean, it's really cool to see you overcoming all the obstacles in life and still pursuing, your passion.
Everyone has stuff.
You're
think
right.
about it. Everyone has so many issues that they have to deal with. Some they bring on themselves, others they don't. Either way, you've got to find a way to push through, find happiness with each day, and really go after what you want.
Yeah. And so what's next? What's next for you for?
Well, I put in for the Arnold in March, so they will announce the list right before Christmas. So fingers crossed there. And then looking at some international shows next year. So some of that's kind of under wraps. I've gotten some information that might be announced pretty soon. So that's pretty exciting. And then just looking at points to really get into Olympia. I mean, hopefully win a show, but at the point right now, I'm the point leader. So
you are.
Yeah, so I'm hoping again.
Whitney Jones,
next year.
Miss Figure Olympia.
No, fitness Olympia. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking Alicia Coates. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Which is another easy Pro Physiques stone.
And she's hard to get off the mind. I know that.
What else were we going to say today, Mike?
Well, what would you say to, and because my ex-wife was in fitness, and I and I know what it takes to do your guys', so when I see you guys out there performing, how do we make this grow? Because to me, it does seem like it's a declining division, and so what would you say to girls that are upcoming that are scared of this or don't have that background? I mean, are they able to learn these things to be able to get into this?
A lot of people think you have to have this
gymnast,
crazy gymnastics background. I don't. I mean, some of my skills are self-taught. I stopped doing gymnastics when I was 7. So it's not like I have years of training. But you can...
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's the fear that you have to overcome.
Right.
So if they have some sort of gymnastics ability, it obviously helps. It's not crucial. If you look at even some of the pros, I won't call anyone out or anything, but there's several who have 0 gymnastics ability.
Right.
There's some who have 0 dance ability. You don't have to have everything, and I think that's what a lot of people
and I think
they
are. I think the girls that are worried about that, and it really scares them away from.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, they're doing all that.
Oh my God, I can't be like Whitney Jones. She has it all.
Please, yeah, right. Definitely not there.
Whitney Jones, by the way, does not know how to take a compliment. Whitney Jones, you have a great body. It's like she can't handle it.
I'm trying. New Year's resolution again this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. It feels too awkward.
Okay.
It's much better to insult you back, you idiot.
AZ Pro Physiques. How do people get a hold of Whitney Jones? How do they get a hold of
How do they get it? Yeah, how do they want to train out here?
Our website is azprophysiques.com. Look up our website. You can see our full staff of trainers.
What is the corner that your guys' place? Gilbert Road and
Gilbert and Ray Road.
Gilbert and Ray Road, right on the corner.
Come in. We do free consults, free first session. If you want to learn about us, tour of the studio, meet our staff, give us a call, check out our website. But we'd love to have anyone in. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
well, I got
you guys through a workout. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put us through, please. Well, I got here a little bit early, and had the pleasure of meeting. I know some of the staff, and just had the pleasure of walking in. And Mike and I are really big on energy. If you've watched any of our episodes, we're always talking about energy, positive energy, and how we can feel it. And boy, this place exudes positive energy. I walked in, and I was pissed off because the traffic sucked, and I was late, and she's like, giving me a hard time about it.
Yeah, always.
So I walked in, and I was just like uplifted from the energy in your place.
Oh, that's
I mean, it was
awesome.
awesome.
It's good to hear.
I don't just say that because, you know,
because you're Whitney Jones.
Whitney Jones, IFBB Pro, arguably one of the best physiques in the business.
Synonymous.
Whitney Jones, synonymous. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she said thank you.
I'm like way blushing. I matched my name.
Wow.
Now, I know you got some sponsors and stuff out there.
Yes.
There's obviously a ton of people that help you get to where you're at.
Absolutely.
What do you want to thank?
Gamma Labs is my sponsor. I've been with them for almost 2 years now. They're incredible. So great to work with. They have the pre-workout and the energy drinks, the G Fuel and the PTF. Always have samples here. So if you ever want to try it, I've
Gamma
got
Labs,
tons.
people.
Come on by. I'll give you some. And then,
try
of course, yeah, I've got some for you guys. Take them. You'll love it. Wired.
Oh my God, it'd be like, hi.
Yes, exactly. You're jumping off the walls here. But then just my staff, obviously Damien for all he does in regards to prep. Our staff for always being so awesome to like fill in and help out and just
Because
make
you do a
it
lot
such
of traveling, so I mean,
yes.
you owe them a big thank you for taking care of your business while you're out doing your thing. So that's awesome.
I'm so fortunate to have that. And everyone's so willing to, and it's like we're all just such a big team. So without that, I'd never be able to do what I do. And of course, family.
Well, I want to be part of the AZ Pro Physiques family, and so should you. Okay? Get in touch with Whitney Jones, Damien Segovia, AZ Pro Physiques. We're so stoked to be here. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Damien on. We're gonna get Damien on next, or is with a client.
We'll see.
We'll
I don't know. You gotta see. You gotta pull some words out of him. Make him have fun. It's not the easiest thing.
Well, these guys, if you haven't been down here, guys, or you don't know much about AZ Pro Physiques, they're truly putting out athletes left and right. And not only is it on the pro level, but it's on the NPC level too. So if you're looking for a coach or you're looking for somebody, give them a call. Give them a shout out, see what they got.
And not only that, I mean, you don't have to compete at the NBC or be an IFBB Pro. If you're just looking to get in shape, lose weight, look better, it's not just about competition here, people. It's about getting in shape and living a fitness lifestyle. So they're living and breathing it here. We're stoked to be here with Whitney Jones in the flesh.
Whitney Vane Jones.
Vane Jones.
Don't we have a tradition before
we do? I think we want to do like a modified post, with, something.
I was like, no,
I want to see the vein. Look at
Look at that.
It's like a night crawler.
Seriously, right? It's like, they pulse when you lift.
Did like a front double for us or something? All right.
Well, you look great. We appreciate you having you out on the show. We're definitely looking forward to hopefully your Christmas wish coming up and getting you out in the seeing you in the Arnold this year. So.
Me too.
Sure.
I'm
excited. And you're the points leader in Olympia, so definitely. I'll be cheering for Whitney Jones, and if you're not, you're gonna have to deal with me.
Yeah.
Whitney Jones, arguably one of the best physiques in the business. My personal favorite. Mike Best, Whitney Jones, IFBB Pro, Vincent VJ Hils on location.
AZ Pro Physiques.
Like Bodybuilding Show. I want to thank our sponsors before I forget. I always do. Pro Air Ford, MHTH Clothing.
Big AZ Promotions, Iron Infinity. We got to thank our home gym, Metroflex.
Metroflex Gym. And of course,
the one and only.
The one and only.
Synonymous with AZ.
Bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding it is.
Next
Thanks, guys.
show, I'm going to put them through a workout and do some fitness routines.
And then they'll film it afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Do some back
It's like
flips.
two fat guys.
There we go. That's my front modifier. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks
Thanks,
for watching.
guys. We're out.
Guys.